description. Oh, thanks, Brenda. All right, are you guys ready for more Brenda action? We are getting into it. Boom. Oh, I'm kind of covering. Can I make myself smaller? There, I'll be tiny down there in the bottom. Okay. If you think the music is too soft, you can change it, but I thought it would fit this episode. No, that's fine. Something soft would be good. The last music was like kind of overbearing for storytelling, so yes, sir, we are. Okay. Let me go ahead and just do the whole thing. I got to do the spiel. So thank you everybody for coming to hang out while we played ESO. I had a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. We played our necromancer, our new necromancer. His name was Azrael Madraven, and he is pretty cool. Maybe he's some inspiration for Mankir Necresis in the 4th era. We'll see. We'll build his story. I definitely want your guys' input on building his story. I want to know your input on ESO itself. Do you guys enjoy watching it? Do you think you might play it someday if you haven't already? We will go back to Skyrim, of course. Skyrim's the main. Please do hit that like button for that nacho surprise. And if you don't follow me already, hit that follow button. We're going to play a lot more cool stuff, like more Skyrim, ESO, Red Dead Redemption 2, The Witcher 3. We're getting into all those. We love like adventure games, open world action adventure games. Yeah, and then if you do follow, feel free to share the stream whenever we're live to any of your homies that would enjoy it, or any Facebook groups that you're a part of. It is cool joining Facebook groups around certain games that you like. It's really fun. A lot of people that like these games too. Maleena, you made it back just in time for Brenda's story. Just in time. Watching you play ESO actually makes you want to check it out. Sick, dude. I'm glad to hear that, man. Justin, do you play on PC or Xbox? I can't remember if we talked about this. We might have already talked about this. If you're playing on PC, I'd love to get down on some ESO with you, bud, and other stuff. Play whatever other games. Maleena, we're going to do Brenda's story here. So you made it just in time for Brenda's story. And we have some music to set the background. Some Beyond Skyrim Bruma original game soundtrack. Let me know if the volumes are weird. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me, but also hear the music. It's coming in. Ah, yes. Yes, here we go. Okay, so this is episode 5 of Book 1. Riften, Turdas, 16th of Morningstar, 4th era, year 202, morning. Inside the Temple of Mara, we got Brenda. Takes a seat on the pew. Wow, this is epic right now with the music. When shadow comes to claim our souls, some must rise, the light of old. Names in stone, spirits of legend. Deeds unknown, yet never forgotten. I once knew a very honorable man in Cyrodiil who used to repeat that mantra, but he is long gone now. Suddenly, the priest of Mara, Marimal, finishes Brenda's sentence. We need some popcorn for this, but I got none. Oh, me too, bud. You seem troubled, my daughter. What can a humble servant of Mara do for you? You're right about me being troubled, but you can't help me, priest. It's my burden to bear. I understand. We all have our own path to walk. Sometimes we have to walk the line alone. But may I ask about the words you were saying? Where did you learn it from? Everyone who knew these words have been murdered. The trail of blood behind it is enough to turn a lake's color into red for years. Can I tell you a sad story, priest? But it has to remain a secret, for both of our sakes. Of course, my daughter. As a priest of Mara, I am bound to the divines, and took a sacred vow to keep every individual secret to myself, and take it to my grave. It's a story about a little girl who was once a joyful and happy child. A girl who was born into a noble family. Her father was one of the Emperor's elder council members. He dedicated his life for the betterment of Cyrodiil and its government. He was an imperial named Stacanius Vesoria. He was respected by everyone, but no more than how much the girl adored her father. Her mother was a bard from Kvatch, a Nord woman called Rhys of Vesoria, and she was equally loved by the people. One big happy family. The girl didn't want anything else other than what she already had. But then the tides had changed. The Great War reached the Imperial City. The Empire already lost the war. The White Gold Concordant was signed in the year 175 between the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion that ended the Great War, but with a great cost. Talos worship was banned. The Dominion took control over a large portion of the Empire's territories. But what came next was the beginning of a sad tale. The White Gold Concordat forced Emperor Titus Mede II to dissolve the Blades. Imperial City, 4th Era, 175. Perhaps that was the biggest mistake the Emperor made, even worse than agreeing to ban Talos worshipping. Sicanius Vesoria and a few members of the Elder Council came to the throne room and spoke out soundly against this action. But Titus wouldn't listen. He had seen too much death and just wanted to end the war. So he did without considering the consequences. He demanded the Blades to disband all around Tamriel and go to their homes and families. Above the throne room, a curious and playful little girl was looking down at the meeting through a giant hole, like it was a game. She was too young to understand what was going on, but one thing she learned that day was that she wanted to be as proud and honorable as her father. She watched as her father attempted one more time to talk sense into the Emperor, but his effort was in vain. He warned Titus of the chaos that will overrun the land. He said that the Empire will collapse and his rule will end with his own death if he disbands the Blades. He continued, "Your Majesty, this is exactly what the Thalmor wanted, to let the Empire fall by removing its foundations. If you dare not undo this action and listen to your Elder Council, then I shall do whatever it takes to protect my beloved Empire. People of Tamriel need us to be strong for them. We need the Blades." The little girl who always smiled looked down proudly at her father, unaware of the dangers that await in the year to come. "Enough, Sicanius. My main concern is to keep the peace. Enough blood has been spilled. We all want what is best for the Empire. Keeping the citizens safe is our priority. You will not take any actions against it. That's an order." But Sicanius knew that the Blades were the best elite warriors in Tamriel, and they took an oath to protect the Empire with their lives. Surrender was never an option for them. The Emperor was condemning them to their death. I never knew about that. What happened next? What Sicanius Vesoria predicted came to pass. The Blades did continue to fight the Aldmeri Dominion, but Titus cut off the Empire's support to the active Blades, allowing the Thalmor to hunt down the Blade agents one by one, everywhere they went. It was a slaughter. The Blades' remaining strongholds fell, and they were close to extinction. But Sicanius did not stand by to let that happen. He went against his Emperor's command and secretly hired a mercenary army to help the last standing Blades. Before heading out, Sicanius said goodbye to his wife and daughter, promising them that they will see each other again. Sicanius embraces his wife, while his young daughter looks upon. "Will you be gone for a long time, father?" "Yes, my child, but this is something I have to do. You'll understand when you get older. Here, hold on to my amulet. Keep it safe for me." The girl took her father's amulet, without the slightest idea of what it was. Leading his sellswords, Sicanius Vesoria left to find and rescue as many Blades as he could. "Don't worry, my love. Your father always finds his way back to us." Sicanius was an experienced commander. He didn't have the numbers, but his strategy was efficient. As the Thalmor were putting the Blades to the sword, Stacanius hunted the small Thalmor groups at night. He took them by surprise before they knew what hit them. He was wearing the Blade's armor as a symbol of hope and strength. For the Empire! For Tamriel! For the Blades! That's a cool shot. Onions everywhere. With every victory, the lives of the Blades agents, as well as Talos worshippers, had been saved. A lot had changed in such a short time. The rescued agents pledged to Stacanius. Every month, Stacanius sent a letter to his family, letting them know that he fares well along with what he had accomplished, and that he couldn't wait to see them again. That I want you both to know that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I'm counting the days until I see you again. The little girl listened to her father's stories and his deeds of valor with pride. With all the Blade agents Stacanius rescued, they formed a force almost big enough to be recognized as a small-scale army. With Stacanius' precision and good strategy, they ambushed Dominion military camps in Cyrodiil at night and lay waste to them. But unfortunately, the news quickly reached the Dominion. They recognized Stacanius as an enemy of the Thalmor. Thus, they sent an elf called Atheon Lorraine to deal with him. You see, when the Thalmor wants someone to be killed swiftly, Atheon Lorraine is the Justiciar agent they trust the job to, because he never fails. Stendar's mercy. What happened next? Stacanius, Vesoria, and troops went north to repair and fortify the Cloud Ruler Temple, but there was an ambush waiting for them. Unaware of the danger ahead, Stacanius and his men pressed on. When the attack came, they were hopelessly outnumbered. Caught between the Gerald Mountains and the Thalmor, Stacanius and his troops didn't have anywhere to withdraw. Knowing the battle would be lost, Stacanius gave the order to retreat towards the borders of Skyrim. Alas, not many made it. Almost everyone either got killed or captured by the elite Thalmor troops. The snow turned red with blood of the fallen. Only a small number of the Blades made it to Skyrim. But then, he came, the evil incarnate. Standing alone, injured and surrounded by enemies, Stacanius held his ground and slew as many soldiers as he could. The battalion circled around him and left Stacanius to their commander. Nobody presently knows the last words spoken by Stacanius Vesoria before facing Atheon Lorraine. You see, priest, the Dominion sent Atheon Lorraine to deal with Stacanius, but Atheon was a psychopath. He wanted to make an example. So before the news of Stacanius' death reached the Imperial City, Atheon Lorraine sent his mad soldiers to kill and purge anyone who had the last name Vesoria, all across Tamriel. Sorry, I'm getting the music fixed. Just a second. Sent his mad soldiers to kill and purge anyone who had the last name Vesoria, all across Tamriel. They spared no one. They razed buildings, ransacked towns. They killed anybody who was a Vesoria or a blood relative. Not even the children and infants had been spared. It was a bloodbath. Everything happened very quickly, and nobody had the time to run. They found Rhys Vesoria and her daughter in their mansion. Atheon's men cut through all the servants, and they were making their way upstairs. Afraid for her daughter's life, Rhys quickly rushed towards her room. "Mother, What's that noise? What's happening? Quickly, my child, through the window. I don't understand what's going on. Listen, my love. There are bad people here who want to hurt you. I want you to be brave and jump through the window and run as fast as you can. But what about you? The window is not big enough for you to fit through. I will be all right. I promise you. I'll find another way, and I'll be right behind you. You have to go now. Be strong and keep on going. You are my world. I love you very much. Always remember that. Now go, my brave girl. Do not look back and keep running. Of course, Horacia lied to her daughter. She knew that she couldn't possibly survive the assault or escape. She just wanted to save her daughter's life and buy her some time against the Thalmor assassins. She drew her sword and waited for the Thalmor. The little girl escaped without looking back. No one ever heard from her again. Her mother died, protecting her daughter. And the daughter who always smiled and laughed never smiled again. She lost everyone she cared for. By the 9, I can't believe it. But what happened to the little girl? The girl remained in exile for the last 26 years. But the truth is, that little girl died when she lost her family. I weep for this child. Nobody deserves to go through that kind of cruelty. They sit quietly for a few seconds. Thank you, priest, for listening. Of course, my daughter. I do understand the burden that the little girl had to carry until today, but may I say something? The little girl's story isn't over yet. No matter how tragic, there's still hope that she'll be happy again. The ink is still wet. There is still time. Perhaps. But the only way the little girl can find peace is to kill her family's murderer. When she kills Atheon Lorraine. If that is the Divine's will, then she has this priest's blessing to finish the job. May the Divines guide her. Thank you, priest. I need to be going now. May you always walk in the light, my daughter. My daughter, what was the name of the little girl? Her name was Brenda Vesoria. Brenda walks out of the temple. Farewell, Brenda Vesoria. To be continued. Dang, that was a heart-wrencher, Brenda. Dang. Jeez, why you do that? Wow, that was awesome. That really was awesome. Everyone, drop your praises to Brenda in the chat. Drop your fire emojis. Drop your emojis. Tell her how much you like that story. That was awesome. Honestly, I cannot wait to do the next one. Wow. Thank you, Brenda. That was great. Let me go ahead and catch up on the chat here right before I went on. Justin says he's on PS4, but might play on PC soon. Nice. Yeah, dude. Definitely play on PC. Andreas, thank you so much for the reaction, bud. Thank you for hanging out. We just listened or read through Brenda's story, episode 5. Yeah, guys, that was really good. That was really good. Right? That was amazing. I'm actually crying. You did it. Yeah, that was like a heart-wrenching story. That was told so well. Wow. Dang. That was really good. Honestly, don't even know what else to say. I'm kind of stunned by how good that one was. Great writing, and I felt all of that, you know? Dang. I'm so happy this is our new tradition, right? Me too. I am too. It's a solid way to end our streams. Have me right glued to the story, right? Yeah, guys, keep in mind we are going to be reading those pretty much every single time that we go live now. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe not when we do like Modern Warfare stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we still will. Who says we can't? Who says we can't? But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll go ahead and end the stream for right now. Let me copy this. Let me pull up my thanks for watching thing, and if I can put my face over here. Boom, I can. Make it bigger. Dope. Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this stream. We're going to go ahead and cut it here for tonight. We went 3:45, so almost 4 hours tonight. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Give yourselves all a pat on the back. Drop some emojis for yourselves. The Biomania, you guys are awesome. Honestly, like, the community we have here is amazing. Brenda, your stories are awesome. I love that we're reading these together, and I love that you guys are so interactive on the streams, because it's so cool when we like have all these characters and everything, and we can mix them together. Like Brenda said, she's going to Somerset next, and I might make a character, a mage character, to debut in her stories. And Brenda, if you ever want to use Mankir or Axel or Venandi or Kaitos, any of my characters, definitely let me know. We can figure out how to recreate them or whatnot. Always more than happy to pitch in. Actually, I'd be like honored. I'd be stoked to have a character in them. But we have the best biofam. Yes, we do. Seriously, we do. But I dropped a little bit of art on the page. Sick. I'm in. Yeah, guys, definitely go follow. Go join that Biomania group. It should be attached to the video here. Go in there and post all your cool stuff, because we're gonna get more into that. I would love for it to be more active with people's builds and all that good stuff, because I'm really getting hooked on that. I'm hooked on the backstories and the writing. It makes me want to, reading these stories makes me want to write my stories. So I think I might do that. I might start writing a little more. Like I said, I write on Storyfire. It's kind of an interesting app and way to do it. If you guys ever want to check it out, I'll drop a link. I'll drop a link on my page after this, and you can go check out Mankir's origin story. I only have up to where he's about to be born, because that part's very important for his story. Where his mother is barren and wants nothing more than to be a mother, and makes a pact with these this coven of witches in Solstheim, which is actually fits into actual witches that are there. But it's super cool. So tell me what you think. Maybe I'll move it over to Facebook and we'll put it in the groups or whatnot, or we'll find somewhere else for it. But yeah, it's super cool and I love it. But thank you guys so much. Hit that follow button if you have not already, to join our adventures next time. And yeah, I love you guys. You guys are awesome, and you make this stream dream worth it. Someday I'll be able to do this full time, right? Cross our fingers. Someday. But yeah, thank you guys. I love you guys so much. And see if we have anybody we can raid right now. I don't think anybody else is live right now that we can raid. Yeah, no one right now. Okay, well, I will go ahead and just play some sick tunes for a little while. Yeah, drop the like button for that Nacho surprise, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We will be live tomorrow afternoon. Don't miss it. Join that group and say what's up. All right, I love you guys. I will see you all later. Peace out.